Hello and welcome to another episode of Practical IT. Today we're going to talk about OS boxes. OS boxes is one of several places that you can download pre-built virtual machine images that are ready to run once you import them into VirtualBox or VMware. Since I use VirtualBox most often, we are going to concentrate on that platform. But if you understand the process for VirtualBox, it will not be difficult to figure out the process for VMware Player or VMware Workstation. As you can see on your screen, we've got the OS Boxes website up. I've scrolled down a little bit because they've got this sort of annoying animation thing going on here. But what I want to point out to you today is that there is a plethora of useful VirtualBox images available here for free, pre-built, to help you get a head start in building your lab or just experimenting with virtualization. So looking at the different Linux distributions, if we scroll down towards the bottom, we've got Ubuntu here. Once you click that image, it takes you to a sub-page, and you can pick the version of Ubuntu you want. Once you found the version of Ubuntu you want, I try to stick with LTS versions for most things. You click the download link here. It will prompt you to start the download. I'm going to cancel this because I've already downloaded it, and we'll move on to the next step. This is going to be downloaded with the 7-zip extension, and look at my downloads. I actually already have that in my downloads. So I'm going to cancel this, and we'll get rid of the web browser for the moment. So the second part of this is returning to our downloads folder. So we've got a 7-zip file. On Mac OS, you can simply right click and use the archive utility that is built into Mac OS to extract it. On Windows, you're going to need the 7-zip program in order to be able to extract this file. On most Linux distributions, you would automatically be able to extract this using built-in tools. Once extracted, you're going to get this 64-bit folder. And if we come over here, alright, once you have successfully extracted your file, you're going to get a folder that says 64-bit as the label, and you'll have a VDI file in that folder. So at this point, we're going to jump back to VirtualBox. And so while in many of my videos I start from scratch, I click new, I go through the process of creating a virtual machine from scratch. In this case, with a VDI file, we're going to mimic that process except for one particular step. So let's go through that now. So we are going to say Ubuntu OS boxes for the name, continue, change it to 2 gigs of RAM, continue, and this is the pertinent step. This is where we deviate from what my normal videos do, and we are going to use an existing virtual hard disk file. And then we need to click the folder icon, click add, select our VDI image and click open, and then choose. And from here we just click create, and we've got our virtual machine. So this does take several steps off the process. Before we boot this up, we're going to go through the settings. Since it will have imported many of the settings that the OS boxes people set for this particular virtual machine, we're going to make a few tweaks here. Turn off the floppy drive, I always like to give my virtual machines at least two processors, two processor cores. For display, I normally like to go the full 128. Storage, we don't need anything in the virtual optical drive. And the last thing we'll change is network, and we're going to change it to a bridged adapter. And say OK. And then we can go ahead and start this virtual machine. And in just a few moments, this will be booted up and we can start using our new Ubuntu virtual machine built by osboxes.org. So we go ahead and click on the user. The password is the same as the username, osboxes.org. And we should get logged into the desktop. Alright, so you are greeted with the out-of-box wizard, and this is just one of those next type situations. Done. And so one of the things that you're going to want to do once you get this installed is go to the settings screen and check things out there. And before long, generally you will be prompted for updates, because the particular pre-built virtual machine we downloaded is 1 point version behind current. And so this is an 18.04.3, and the current version is 18.04.4. And you will eventually get prompted to upgrade. Or you can come to the About, which is under Details, and then check for updates. And right now it's saying software is up to date, but it's also saying that it was last checked in August 2019. You could at this point go to the command line and try to force updates. As I saw before when I attempted to perform this process, a lot of times there's a lock on the updates and you can't immediately update from the command line, which there are ways to get around that, but for our purposes, this gets us to a usable Ubuntu desktop. And as you can see here, there is an unattended upgrade in process during shutdown, and it's telling us not to turn off the computer. This is similar to what you see on Windows machines, the little warning that they give you. So once this is complete, we'll be back and we'll wrap up this video. Alright, we've reached the login screen again, and we'll go ahead and log back in. And I'm going to be interested to see what the status is of our updates and what our next steps might need to be. So if we come up here to the arrow and to settings, and this is still saying 18.04.3, we'll do check for updates, and it's saying last checked is 9:57 a.m. So at this point, you can either wait for a prompt to update to the newest point version, or you can jump to the command line. Now, since I want this to be a basic video for this particular topic, I'm not going to jump into the command line and do that at this point. But there are ways that you can do that, and we will delve into that a little further in our next video that we continue using this particular virtual machine. Until next time, thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give a thumbs up, please subscribe, and leave comments down below. Please spread the word. I am trying to get to at least 850 subscribers by the end of 2019. And that will make the goal of 1,000 subscribers in the first quarter of 2020 a very real goal. So, until next time, this is Jeremy signing out for Practical IT. Thank you once again for watching. Have a great day.